influencer with 1.6 million followers on TikTok loses memory following horseback riding accident, doesn't understand why strangers are sending her fan mail. That's crazy. So her name is Emmy Sparandio. It looks like it's how it's pronounced. She's 27. She's a ranching influencer. That's a thing. Like, there's an influencer for everything. You ever see those influencers where it's like hot women in the military, and it always cuts to the video where it's like, stop. Don't fall for it. Propaganda.
There's one in particular. She got all these freckles too, which are probably not even real. I know. Yeah. They've got the Ukrainian girls dancing in the full uniform getup.
We're going to be talking about that in this segment as well. It says she's a popular content creator for documenting her Western lifestyle. Was injured on May 15th after a horse she was riding fell on top of her. Oof. According to the family's GoFundMe campaign, which has raised $200,000 of a $250,000 goal. She also, because she's 27, I guess she just lost her parents' health insurance last year. So that's freaking awful. And she'd suffered a concussion and a broken finger after being thrown from a bucking horse just a month prior. So, imagine for a second you're some type of big-time influencer. And then, one day you wake up in a hospital and everybody's sending you these messages. And there's this weird kind of parasocial connection where people feel this deep sense of connection to you because of all the videos they've watched of you. Right. And you're just here like a blank slate and have no clue what to make of it.
I wonder if she is like a city girl who then moved to the ranch, and it's like, what if she's just like, what is my life? Like, what do you mean I'm in the middle of nowhere?
Yeah.
I have a cowboy hat. What are you talking about?
It says the family reported that she was stable and started to regain consciousness on the 19th. 3 days later, they've published an update basically saying that she'd started speech and physical therapy, but that she would read the letters. And so she could read all these nice things people were saying about her. And you know how those types of comments get, right? People are like, oh my gosh, my life is over. I love you so. You see people say the craziest things. The only thing crazier than people say to influencers like that are the creepy men who send the women the creepy messages that you see in the comment section.
And it was an American dude, and he's all shy, doesn't want to talk to a woman. And then it's foreign dude, and it's just the most vulgar message you possibly could think of.
It says that she had posted a TikTok the same day this had happened. Thank you. Thank you, guys. I would love to get 3. Can we get a third crisis party?
Yeah.
I wore no hat today.
I like this one's funky.
It's show me the money.
Gotta get a hat trick.
Yeah, I would like a no hat trick.
Oh,
that's like a hat trick.
Funny.
It's like our version of a hat trick. It's the no hat trick. Can we get the no hat trick today? Otherwise, I have to go back to wearing a hat every day. It says so. The accident happened the same day. Here's a video of her. I might have to mute it, but we'll see if it.
I have been settled.
This is my life as a ranch influencer.
This is my life. I wake up and I go and I get a yogurt from the. What do they always say at the tech companies? They're like, I got the yogurt in a Starbucks.
What if it's from the 1800s? It's I start my day by fending off the local Native American tribe.
Saddle shopping for weeks to no avail. So today's my last ditch effort to drive 2 hours up to Prescott. I've been told by the saddle shops around Phoenix that this is a more ranchy area, so I would have more luck with ranch saddles here. It has been really tough to find a saddle that is exactly what I'm looking for. So I'm trying to find an all-around ranch saddle that I can work in, and also a saddle that'll be good for ranch broncs. So I'd like a deep seat, a cantle that's not too high, and ideally swells. These were the only 2 semi-promising saddles, and you know what I did? I brought both of them home. I of course wanted to make sure that they fit.
They always say, and of course I had to. Of course I want to do this. That's a very common line in these.
I'm guessing
so
find the right saddle.
Then I stopped in Wickenburg to get some leather-soled boots. I also got this cute little saddle blanket. And I stopped at NRS.
Probably spent $1,000 so far on just the boots and saddles.
Yeah, but it's all business expenses,
My hat.
Write that off on
their saddle section too. After a McDonald's Diet Coke, I went home to test the saddles out. It's always best to check saddle fit without a saddle pad. So I tested both saddles on Goose and.
I was thinking she went through the McDonald's on the horse. I was like, okay, that's cool.
Hard to fit anyway, since he's so much smaller than them. Then I did a quick little ride in them. I was not crazy about this saddle. I just felt like I could not find my seat in it. This
anticipation is killing me.
One thing I love about the internet is that you really can find your community anywhere. Call that a little sappy, but there she's got a
I
lot
just
of
don't know
followers.
how people feel fulfilled about it. I can't live vicariously like that.
No, not like I'm saying, but like for the people that do, I can be happy for them.
I understand it. I just
like
don't
it.
know how it's fulfilling. Anyway, yes, this ranch life stuff is not cheap.
Yep. Bunny Ayala says her passion for ranching is legit. Yep.
Wait, so she forgets
So
gets,
she
like,
got
kicked in the
injured
head
and
or
now she has no
something.
memory of
what
her-
happened. Like, how'd she get injured?
She got a horse fell on top of her.
Wait,
What?
is it because these trash saddles she just bought?
That's what I was saying.
Dude, I hope not. Like let's hope that that's not what it
Gotta
was.
sue the
But
saddle
that's
store.
crazy. Like it says, yeah.
Is it permanent?
I mean, I'm guessing with something like this, hopefully her memory comes back over time.
Right.
You know, like that's
Her
because
fans
I
gonna
like
get
imagine
pretty
that
angry.
happened to you. Like this happens to you, and then the next day you're getting messages from people who
Yeah.
are like, Carter, you've got
Timcast
work.
music. What is that?
Yeah, and they're like, what the hell is Timcast music? And
I wonder if I'd be better at checking messages if I forgot who I was.
You'd probably get overwhelmed. I already get overwhelmed.
No, it's me too. That's why I don't
I can read
check
like
them a lot.
3, and then I'm like, I'm tired of this.
I let them just gather in my inbox until I get really stressed out.
Serenko Productions says the Gen Z voiceover drives me crazy.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
is my day, and of course I had to get 2 of the saddles.
She Andrina says, did she just specify a Diet Coke? Well, she would never admit to having a regular Coke. That would be blasphemy.
Or as we were joking about before the show, maybe she ordered a Coca-Cola.
That's very possible. You know, those
You were joking about this. I said
those
no.
Gen Z ranchers are probably probably pretty woke.
She's like, I went to the store on my horse to go get diapers for the next Taylor Swift concert.
Right.
It's just
Hey, that actually checks out with the amnesia thing.
Oh yeah, maybe there was no horse ever. She just went to a Taylor Swift concert.
that's exactly what it was. It's just
That
crazy.
sucks though. That is crazy.
But also, did you see this one? This one's even scarier if you really think about it. This is for a Ukrainian influencer revealed the location of a field hospital that led to a Russian airstrike.
Oh, God.
Heard about this happening a few times.
Yeah, dude.
Really?
Like,
Yeah.
like I mean,
So,
it says a Ukrainian influencer has been criticized for revealing the location of a field hospital treating injured troops just hours before it was hit with a lethal Russian airstrike. Like, is it fair to say that maybe that's how it was revealed, or would Russia just know the address, know the location
Right.
of critical
Well,
targets?
okay, so I have a couple things to say. One, it's such an issue because I don't know if you've ever seen that guy Rainbolt online. He's one of those GeoGuessr savants where he can look at an image of like a landscape for like a second. He'll be able to tell you what country it's from, what region. Like he gets very, very close, and it's anywhere in the world. He's just like can identify that stuff. So I'm sure people in the military have that role,
Yeah.
or even AI can probably tell you.
well,
But
I mean, you
there's,
got
like,
the whole sleuthing community online.
there was
Found
yeah
that guy
exactly.
that messed with the cats.
Well, this
Or
is,
what was it? The flag, do you remember when Reddit or 4chan found the
Oh,
location
yeah.
of the.
Yeah.
Oh, was it that
Who
weird?
sent me
The
that?
weird
The
alien
documentary.
thing. The weird
No,
alien
it was
obelisk.
somebody Shia LaBeouf's live stream.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and a bunch of people on
Yeah.
4chan found it in like
Right.
less than a day or something like that.
Crazy. Well, there was also like 5 or 6 influencers that were just arrested like 2 or 3 weeks ago because they recorded a video of the Ukrainian the Patriot missile systems, which are like defense missiles, shooting down incoming Russian missiles, and just showing the video of where they're like coming up from the horizon. They like expose the locations of the defense batteries.
Yeah.
And so they all got arrested.
Does attacking a field hospital make it something different? Like, does that people are saying that makes it a war crime? Does that make it
Dude,
a war crime?
I mean, yes,
gotta
you're not supposed to
say,
attack
yeah.
civilians,
Yeah.
especially if there's no like.
Yep.
I mean, it depends. Like, if Russia claims that this was like a military hospital, that it used to be a civilian hospital, now it's all
Wasn't that what
military.
they're saying?
Probably,
Well, you
but
said
it's
it was-
like Ukrainians attacking. Like, I don't know.
So her name's Anna. She has 600,000 followers on Instagram and posted an appeal for
They're
aid
all
for the
Russian
clinic
spies.
in eastern Ukraine.
Dude.
As saying the injured Ukrainian troops were there. But hours after her post on Thursday, a Russian missile strike targeted the hospital, the field hospital, killing 4 people and wounding 30 others, including 2 boys aged 3 and 6. The attack, which left the building a pile of rubble, of burning rubble, was condemned by Zelensky. In her post, the lady said hospital numbers 6 and 9 were treating a large number of military personnel.
There you go.
So she gave it away.
Why would she do that?
I don't know.
And even if there's
That
one
seems
there,
intentional.
that's all Russia needs to be like, okay, it's a target now. Even if there's just
What
one.
was she thinking?
This is why you don't bring influencers in to...
Well, you know who my favorite... he's not an
Yeah.
influencer yet, but apparently there's this whale that's actually is thought to be a Russian spy. It's like a beluga whale. I tweeted about it yesterday.
The beluga spy.
Yeah. And I'm
Damn.
like... I hope
He'll be an influencer.
I hope he's an influencer.
be an
That's a
influencer
whale spy.
Whales
But-
are cool.
She reportedly deleted her post, which contained information deemed sensitive about the Ukrainian military in hospitals. So that's crazy. I can't believe that we live in a world now where like people are doing sensitive military operations and then they have to worry about somebody
that's
like,
what's so
sitting there like this
That's
with
what's
their phone.
so weird about this war, and I think a lot of people like kind of like their first instinct is, okay, there's something like a conspiracy going on, and I'm just like, yo, this is like modern day war. This is what it's going to look like. You're going to have people out and about with their cell phones still living a life, while 2 miles away, 3 miles away, there's people shooting at each other and sending missiles at each other. So it's like we got to figure out a way to navigate this as a society, because in World War II, no one had cell phones. You can't document it. Maybe you had a camera if you were rich from before the war, but now everyone, no matter how, like even homeless people here have cell phones and Wi-Fi and stuff. So it's like Ukraine has that infrastructure in place well before the war. Everyone had cell phones, everyone had social media profiles. So it's like we're gonna have to find a way to navigate these kind of issues, especially if we're trying to like keep secrets, from whoever the enemy is. So I don't even know. Would you arrest this person if you were?
I don't know.
I mean, what do you do? Do you like cut off their internet access specifically?
The lady? I
Yeah.
don't know. Like you just stop.
Because it's gonna happen again. Before,
Is it like it's like?
Well-
Do you say like big whoopsie? Like that's insane. Like who knows? I don't know.
But it's like also it's like
They're in a time of war, man.
yeah, that's
Anything
what I'm
that
saying.
needs to happen to stop that from happening,
Well, I'm just thinking of it here. Think about all of Gen Z, what they go on with, and God forbid there was a war on American soil. But just imagine them like they're going to be doing the TikTok dances while there's like tanks rolling in behind them, like
well, I mean, we are
like Myanmar. Remember that video?
There's all the video. There's this great meme where it's a guy's like looking for my. It's like I'm dying and I'm looking for my nurse. And he looks out the window and it's like a nurse at a dance battle. It's just-
Like,
I feel
oh,
like there's a
God,
difference
I'm done
between
for.
you going to the hospital and reporting on it, being like, "There's people in there. Here's the address," or if the tanks are just rolling by where you're doing a TikTok dance.
Well, I think in her case, she was probably like, this is what life is like in Ukraine during the war. Oh, this is my neighborhood. We have a hospital here. They're currently treating some of the fighters. That's probably the tone of the video. I haven't seen it, but like,
I haven't seen it either.
that's pretty much what all those videos are like, when an influencer goes on a tour like that. So,
Well,
I don't know. Like, our
what are you giving tours for during a war?
Because people are watching it. They want to know what war is like to live
yeah,
in
there's always been unfortunately fascination with that.
Yeah, they want us to
man.
like think about this. Like, how popular Anne Frank's diary was? Well, now we're living through that. Like,
So you're picturing
because
like
of
Anne
social
Frank
media.
inside of
In
the
fr-
attic
it's like-
with a cell phone, being like,
Someday
"I'm
we'll have
hiding here."
Anne Frank's Instagram story and it will be.
Right. Yeah. So like this is kind of like the modern equivalent of that. Instead of little girls writing journal entries, you've got them picking up their cell. No, she's not a little girl, but you have young people picking up cell phones and just recording it all and trying to be an influencer and talking
Well, I heard
about
somewhere that there was going to be a civil war here, so if that happens,
Who said that?
somebody said that. Also, Pokimane says that she feels guilty about being an influencer sometimes.
it. Good.
She should.
Pokemon's evil.
What?
She
What?
is,
Nothing
dude.
about-
She says, every now and then I become really reflective and low-key feel guilty being a content creator profiting from social media because it's so addicting and can be so harmful, especially to young minds. I especially find myself feeling this way when I realize how much social media impacts my personality, life, opinions, and desires. I cope by trying to be a positive influence on others or hope that I can also use social media as a tool to encourage people to take care of themselves and spend time outdoors, create healthy boundaries with all the apps that we use. Friendly reminder that the digital space is just that, a virtual made-up fake. Don't lose yourself and don't compare yourself to it.
Yeah, Pokemon's evil.
That's just the blanket statement here.
Well, dude, she is the definition of rules for thee and not for me. You know how many people she's gotten banned on Twitch? Yeah. You know, she's like their little princess, the little Twitch princess. She does everything they want them to. But yeah, it's...
Also, it's one of those things where for somebody like that, it's like they probably have periods where they feel bad about it and then periods where they don't. And then depending on the day, it's a little bit of Jekyll and Hyde. One day she's getting you banned. The next day she's saying, "Oh, we should all just get along."
Yeah. I forget her. She's had some controversy too throughout the years.
I mean, I'm okay with people being with doing a little bit of self-reflection. I'm okay with that. It doesn't bother me.
Well, remember when do you know Amaranth? Are you familiar with that
yeah.
name? Well, she's a big OnlyFans star now, but even recently, I think we might have talked about it on the show.
She's still a big Twitch star.
I think we talked about it on the show, how she like had the whole domestic violence thing going on.
Yeah.
And when she was like
the phone call that was
it.
the phone call that was on air while she was doing it.
Yeah, like bizarre. And what came of that? Nothing. So it's like hard to tell if this is an
all
act
of it feels fake now. Like everything on social media feels staged.
Right.
Like imagine.
Well, there's like that. There's like a stereotypical like formula you need to follow. Like it's the classic YouTube apology and response video. It's like there's a formula you have to follow that I don't know how it came about.
Also, like what if these influencers start like fake screwing up to give like Russia false. Now I'm thinking about how everything feels fake. Like imagine like the next time the same influencer's like, I'm outside of this hospital, and it's actually she's not there, and she's actually giving false information to the bad guys. It's all a stage. It's all one big show for all the world to see.
People think that's what China's doing. They're just like they're using AI and they're recording inside of all of our homes, all of our streets through the lens of TikTokers. You know.
The world is a weird place.
Yeah.
The most recent thing I saw of Pokemon is she had these like jeans or something that she was wearing,
okay.
Right? And so this woman was all mad because she bought the jeans, and she's like, I don't understand how they look good on her, but just makes me look like I peed myself. It's like right on the butt, it was like a darker shade, and that was the pattern.
She might have edited the photos.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching. Listen to full episodes of Pop Culture Crisis on Spotify.
Keep up with us on social media and make sure you subscribe and ring that bell so you never miss the show. Bye, guys.